Yo, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to the Call of Duty League. My name is Prestige and I am incredibly honored to be your CDL ambassador for the 2022 competitive season. Somebody over at the COD League thought it was a good idea to give a casual scrub like myself access to this YouTube channel, but I'm gonna go ahead and take full advantage of it by talking about the top 5 things that I'm most excited for when it comes to Vanguard's 2022 season. The first thing I'd like to discuss is the crazy off-season shenanigans and of course roster mania that took place leading up to the Kickoff Classic. The biggest news to come out of the off-season was the merger between Dallas Empire and Optic Chicago. They're now going by the name of Optic Texas. This team is comprised of Scump, Dashy, Shotzi, and Illy. All of these players well known, ready to rock, and ready to dominate, I'm sure. That also put Crimzix, the robot, into a very precarious position as a free agent, which he was subsequently picked up by the New York Subliners, fighting alongside Clayster, Neptune, and Hydra. I'd also like to imagine that Crimzix wants to prove something when it comes to taking on his former teammates in Optic Texas. Those are the same teammates, by the way, that took home 3rd place last year in the 2021 season. Plus, with Crim and Clayster coming back together once again, reuniting, oh boy. The rivalries are going to be pretty intense this year. But the craziness doesn't end, because once that merger happened, there was a 12th position opened in the Call of Duty League, and it was officially taken by a brand new team going by the name of Boston Breach. Even though this is a new org, there's still some veteran players there like TJ Halley and Methods. Rounding out the team brings us Capsule and Nero. They came together to take an impressive win from the New York Subliners during a match of Hardpoint Berlin. Nobody anticipated them to take the win because the Subliners were so far ahead, but their rotations and anchors were on point, which allowed the Breach to barely squeak by and take the victory on that match. Unfortunately, at the end of the series, the Breach lost against the Subliners, but that's not to discount the fact that they really did show up, and they showed up big. They showed a lot of heart and a lot of promise, and I think that it's important to remember that they really came into this thing with a lot of doubters, and they proved many people wrong that they can be a credible threat against other teams in the CDL. I am extremely interested to see how this team develops over the coming months, and of course, with practice and team communication, they're only going to get better, so keep that in mind as we move forward. The second thing I'm excited for is, of course, watching the games, but learning from those games. I cannot tell you how many times I have watched a competitive match with pro players on a map that I have played hundreds and hundreds of times myself, only to learn a brand new spot, whether it's a peek, a line of sight, a new grenade throw, you name it, I learn it, and I utilize that by taking the knowledge back into public matches to use against the rest of the world. And wouldn't you believe it, sometimes these spots are just a little too OP, and the developers patch it out even during the competitive season. It really does make me wonder what kind of spots the teams are going to utilize this year when it comes to Vanguard. And I've already seen some pretty crazy stuff during the Kickoff Classic. The third thing that's got me hyped for this season absolutely has to be team synergy. I can't wait to see how these players interact with one another, the plays that they're completing on the fly, and of course the strategies that they're bringing to the forefront when it comes to competitive play. In Vanguard, we're dealing with a completely blank slate, so all the strategies that need to be created also have to take in mind the equipment and the weaponry that may be utilized by the enemy team. And depending on the map, it's really going to be important to make sure good comms are in place, movements are in place, and of course rotations if it comes down to that specific game mode. The in-game listen-ins, well, they're just going to be absolutely beautiful. I can't wait. The fourth reason I'm so excited for the CDL to return is simply due to the fact that there was a void in my heart during the off-season. It's just like basketball or baseball. When there's an off season, you really crave that game. And that's how I feel when it comes to Call of Duty. Being able to watch each one of these teams play at a level that I know I will never attain in my life is incredible. I enjoy living vicariously through each one of these players, through their triumphs and their failures. It is always a treat every single season. The fifth thing that I'm looking forward to this season absolutely has to be viewership rewards. I mean, who doesn't love earning in-game rewards for simply watching what you are already going to watch? We got double XP, emblems, calling cards, and with opening weekend, February 4th through the 6th, you'll be able to earn this awesome armed to the teeth weapon blueprint. So right now, before that event, is the perfect opportunity to make sure your account is linked up, and it only takes about 30 seconds to do so. Create an Activision account if you haven't already, link your Activision account with your YouTube account, and then just watch while the streams are happening live. Rewards are distributed every single hour, and there's a lot of double XP to earn to use in-game, and that's going to help rank up your weapons, operators, and your battle pass. Make sure to visit callofdutyleague.com to get signed up today so you don't miss out on any viewership rewards. Just as a quick reminder, the Major 1 qualifiers begin on February 4th, and they'll be running all the way through the 20th, so there are lots of games to get ready for. Final question to each one of you right now watching this video. Out of the 12 teams that are currently competing this season, which one do you think is going to take it all at the end? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Once again, big thank you to the CDL for allowing me to upload right here on their channel. And don't forget to ring the bell icon, turn on all notifications, and click that subscribe button. That way you don't miss out on any of the action right here with the Call of Duty League. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time.